Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. As you know, Saturn has went direct and it's a slow pace with it. But I'm so glad because Scorpio and Saturn are big energies in my chart. And from June until I would say the middle of October, I had not been feeling very energetic. It's like I had been purging. So anyone out there that felt like they were sick or, going through any type of repeated illnesses, um, they should end. I hope that you went to the doctors. One of the things with energy and when you start working with energy is that you can feel everything because, you're practicing the spiritual part of you that absorbs energy all around you. I had that on my mind. Energy around us can be positive and it can be negative. Both work for our good because if we're in a negative situation, the positive that we pull from the universe as we pray and meditate will transform or alchemize that negative that we have around us. One of the things that I find, and I've learned myself, is that we alchemize without knowing. We transform situations without knowing. If you're in a bad relationship, for instance, this is an example, or if you have a friendship that's imbalanced, let's say imbalanced, either the friendship is going to end or it's going to balance itself out. That means that you and the individual or individuals will learn what is needed to bring a harmonious friendship. And it's the same with relationships. So when you start practicing spiritually, and sometimes you're thrown into it, the universe will throw you into it and begin to wash out everything about you that is not conducive to what your journey is really, you know, um, about what you were brought here to do. And so when you look at the fact that you have no control over your life, which is something that I teach people, we are taught to discipline our emotions and behaviors because I work with, mental health. I coach and I consult and I also counsel. As the universe begins to work with you willingly or unwillingly, because it really happens, it happened to me. It will wash away things about you, make you recognize things about you that is not productive for your journey. And with that being said, you can't get it back. I know a lot of people that go to readers or they go to people that use sorcery because they want to get a man or a woman back. And the universe is not going to allow something that it takes away from you. Um, and it's different from what God made, let no man put asunder. Because when we're in a relationship, the relationship may not be till death do us part. Many, people think that those words will stick until our bodies leave this earth, but that's not always the case. And we may come together until death do the part of the relationship. We may even put ourselves in relationships that the universe didn't ordain, which causes more toxicity and energetic imbalances. So, I like to tell us that we're working this out, we're learning, it's going back to school, it's learning that we have been in school since the day we were born. Earth is a school of learning from what my guides told me. And I believe that because as I follow them, I've been in family situations that, I made worse or my family made worse. I've been in marital relationships that I made worse, they made worse, but I learned that I didn't want the worst. I know worse could be a harsh word, but, that's just what's coming out. The worst type of experience turned into the best experience for me because one day I experienced gratitude for what I was learning from these people, and I also embraced them for who they are. And it's not that they're bad people because they too have journeys and they're too learning. And so some people look at life in a judgmental way. We're all learning to take judgment away from our minds because when we take judgment away, then we won't judge the circumstances. We'll just say, you know, all is well. Why? Because all is well, especially when you're practicing spirituality. So I just want to give one more thought here. All that I've said has to do with shifting consciousness. The shifting of your consciousness can happen um, sporadically. You could be in a transformation where your whole life is shifting, but on a day-to-day or moment-to-moment basis, shifting consciousness refers to the phenomena where individuals' awareness, perception, or mindset undergoes a significant change, often resulting in a different um, perspective, outlook, or understanding of themselves and the world around them. And that's what we've been talking about. This shift can occur through various means such as meditation, personal growth, transformative events. It can happen through drugs. A lot of times people don't know that drugs, they shift the brain um, system, the way that the brain and the synapses and the dopamine works, it is shifted and it can cause problems in the brain that takes time to heal. And some people don't heal when they use drugs. I don't want to get too far into it, but want to leave that out there because drugs take us into the spirit realm and it may not be ordained for us to go there. And so we put ourselves in a position where we've shifted into a realm that we were not authorized to go into, deep stuff. It can lead to, and all of this is shifting of consciousness, which is what we're going to do because we're here to learn how to transform toxic situations into positive, which can lead to increased self-awareness, empathy, and deeper connections with our inner self or the collective human experience, which means that you can see things happening like the war that's happening right now and you're saying, what sense does it make for people to die for um, the reasons of political situations? And we may say it doesn't make sense, but the best thing is praying. So shifting, and that's shifting your experience or your concept because or your thought because you can't do anything but pray or meditate for those countries if you're called to or if you feel to. Shifting consciousness is a subject and often profound process that can have far-reaching implications of personal development, spirituality, and overall well-being. And that's why I'm in it. I do tarot reading, but I was taught to read energy from the person. I go on and I do tarot because I do know that it helps people, but at its best, the energy that I'm around, I can read it and I dream about it and I see it. And this is what I teach people to understand and how to get to. And that is your spiritual consciousness, your awareness of understanding yourself and what you feel around you and what's happening, and to be able to know what's happening before it even goes down. So God bless you, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye. I hope this helped.